Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Fallout New Vegas. So, I took an extremely slow journey walking from this point, Hidden Valley, to this point, then to this point, Black Mountain, with me being incredibly over encumbered. So you must need like over 1,000 pounds though before you really start to see any effect of being over encumbered, though, because I have 723 and I'm supposed to only be able to carry 220, and I'm not in that black and white vision mode. Ran into well, after killing everybody at the Brotherhood of Steel location, I ran into some scorpions in Scorpion Valley and ran into some nightkin in this area. And that's all to walk to Raoul here, who is the one companion I haven't picked up.
It's you. You need something repaired or something? Sorry, boss, but as much as I like to risk getting killed by your side, you seem to already have some help. Sorry, boss, but
I can only have one follower at a time. What follower do I have with me? Like, so I guess technically my followers in New Vegas are still following me. They just happen to be in the strip, and I guess this is a statement on perhaps the fact that AI does not run here, even your companion AI, because you would think there would be some kind of fast travel thing where they would teleport when you walk through a door, or they would manually run through the entire map. Like, for as long as it took me to walk from here to here, unencumbered, I think my companions could have run here. Right, so that puts us in a little bit of a weird situation, but I think we can fix this fairly well. Still. Now, I got the Mad Bomber perk, but I don't think it really has added too much here. And duct tape is playing a very big role on what the recipes call for. Converting cookery to metal seems silly, and I'm not sure what it really gives us other than something called cookery to metal. Metal cooking pot, another metal cooking pot, and a pot. Either that's just going to give you lead or metal. There's this cosmic knife clean, which if you can make a cosmic knife or find one, I guess, then you can clean it with a Braxo cleaner, 2 boxes of that. And then if you can find duct tape and a spear, this is one of the duct tape ingredients, a knife spear, you can create the cosmic knife spear, which only does 22 damage, 39 damage per second. So as a custom item, it doesn't really work as a concept. The NCR dog tags are getting 20 of those is almost impossible. You can make Fat Man with mini nukes and sensor modules. Everything wants sensor modules also. You could make some homemade flame fuel, which is probably the same as flame fuel. You can make a gas bomb if you have pilot lights. So every oven I left a pilot light in now may have had some value. Here's the knife spear, which needs the 3 cosmic knives to turn into a knife spear, and 1 throwing knife spear, which, yeah, the whole thing seems kind of confused. meals to metal, takes butter knives, forks, metal spoons, and a tin plate. And I assume just gives you metal. So it's trying to let you convert more vendor trash, but you're unlikely to really have enough to convert too much vendor trash, because, yeah, even if you had started the game at a 10 strength, that's not just going to let you carry infinite amount of stuff that you would pick up everything and run around with it. That's really where the mod, or a mod, is needed. It's funny that you can make stim packs using Brock flowers and empty syringes and Xander roots. I've been skipping empty syringes, but it seems like that was probably a mistake. But then super stim packs adds a leather belt and muck fruit and Nuka-Colas. Then time bombs use dynamite and an egg timer, so you'd have to pick up egg timers. Tin cans can be used for a tin grenade if you have pistol powder, which you'd have to break down at the recycling bit, and you would need wonder glue to make a weapon repair kit, which is probably not worth it. So what I want to do here is open this toolbox, and we will just jump. We will drop everything until we are down to below 220 weight. So getting that. Now it'd be nice if I could just equip these two back. The Brotherhood of Steel power armor gives you +1 strength and gives you a little bit more resistance, so theoretically it might be worth it to wear these power armor instead of the combat armor, but then it puts you in heavy armor instead of the light armor you would prefer to be in. Just get rid of rebar club, sledgehammer, super sledge. Let's see, we'll just drop weapons and see if we can get rid of just weapons. Rather close. Nine less. We're no longer encumbered. Directly on the nose. So we'll go out of here, and then we will fast travel. I did not fail whatever that quest was. So by not blowing up the location, the building where the Brotherhood of Steel was, that makes a lot of sense. I am low on grenades, but I'm working towards the challenge of blowing things up. So this would be the hardest place to fight. Certainly it's 5 Securitrons. If one Securitron is maybe even stronger than a legendary Deathclaw, that could be quite a challenge. So what happened here is when I went to talk to House, these guys got left. Companion protocol, return to base.
What's up? Oh, I thought my charm could... back to the...
Where'd the robot go? Securitron Mark II, Securitron Mark II. But our favorite little robot seems to have disappeared. Interesting. Well, we can just use the door now, so maybe that means he would not stop us from taking companions to the penthouse. Yeah, he's not standing here either. I don't think he was ever going to be a companion.
Hey.
Okay, so what do we want to do here? I guess is the question. I guess we're going with guns, so what we would do is look at our guns. Let's see. Store one of each, I guess. Yeah, I'll just store all of those. So how much damage can I really do with... See, the problem here is it's showing me the bullets, the damage it would do with basic bullets. It's not showing me really the damage it would do otherwise. So let's just scroll down and see if we have two of anything more than grenades. It doesn't seem like we do, so I think that's good enough. And I don't think it's worth dealing with any of that at the moment. And we don't have any armor. So the only other things... Let's see, let's talk to Veronica and see if she says anything.
See you around.
Nope, she has nothing new to say about me blowing up her family, effectively. So is this a collection of one of everything? Yeah, picking up all of that did nothing. So, yeah. I assume what the move is to probably have anything of any weight have a one of collection here, and then maybe sell everything else. Hmm. No duct tape is going to be useful. I don't know what the point of that is. I know fork is going to be useful. In fact, I know a Braxo cleaner is going to be useful. Some of this definitely could be useful if you could cook. Lead is heavy and has no value, so getting down. These lottery tickets are only worth 3. These lottery tickets are worth 80. Things like packs of cigarettes still don't feel like they have any value. And so you need dinner plates, not white plates. And then a significant amount of this is at the reload station, so I would need Eddie, who should be around here somewhere. Where is Eddie? I may have sent Eddie back to Prim on accident. They said he came back to Lucky 38 though. There he is. So I'd have to make him my companion. And then I have to go make some ammo for me. And then I can break scrap metal down to lead. I can make high explosive rocket ammo too. But then you have to go back through several button presses to get back into this, so it's not even really a great system. It probably makes more sense to turn scrap metal into lead. I don't know if there's anything else. And crafting here is really no different than crafting anywhere else. So energy zap. So the best case scenario is to possibly throw crafting items into his inventory. That's the best thought I have. I still don't know if that's really a good thought. And that gets me down to 98. Which, despite the fact that I do have several heavy guns here, that's what we need to check next, is of these guns, is there actual ammo and how much ammo? That's not really a significant enough amount of ammo, so we should put that gun away. This too is not a significant amount of ammo, but we'll use it anyways. because it's a grenade launcher. So this would be the last choice for ammo. Haven't used this gun before. But I want to use this until we are completely out of 40mm grenades. And then I suppose this would be my aid collection. I'm gonna just jump or drop everything that might possibly have not collected before. Then we'll take back anything extra. Right. Of course, this system is really broken. Sometimes it gives you takes two, sometimes it takes one. Which means you're having to go back and forth for no real reason. And there seems to be no consistency to it. Most of these food items, if I was going to look for a quest, I guess I would have to just eat them all. There might be something to that. We could give that a try. But mostly this does just seem like a big waste of time. They have so many different items. And every time I make a mistake on this, I have to fix it, don't I? It kind of feels like what they just didn't expect you to ever have more than one magazine in your inventory, which that doesn't really make a lot of sense. You should have expected that. Oh, but this is just incredibly boring, and I do want to show just how boring this is, because this is important parts of the game that a lot of people would, rightfully so, just ignore and hide and edit out. But I want to give people what the closest to what a true experience would be. Yeah, well, you can't even hold down the buttons. This was supposed to just be a quick dropping off of items. We're almost done. And so there's nothing in this refrigerator. There's nothing to craft here. And if I was to come over here and say craft bullets, now that I have all this items, it's not really doing anything more for me. So, yeah, we still don't have the ability to cook anywhere, which is where all of these items would probably play some role. So let's instead throw items in here. And sell them. Or you know what we could do is we could just eat them. Cancel the transaction. Let's see what happens to our survival skills if we just started to eat food. We have drunk some alcohol before. This almost certainly is going to give us all kinds of crazy stats, so this might be an interesting twist on what stats would do what. We'll use the doctor's bag when we can. The point here is to eat anything with weight on it. My rad resistance is high enough that nothing too crazy should happen here around that. To me, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Now, it might be a case that you would have had to have eaten everything over an extremely long amount of time and just really engaged with the whole food eating concept. I'm pretty sure Xander Root is supposed to do something else with it. That's my inventory down to 79. And that's everything heavy out of the way. So this is an interesting point to show up just like what your status would look like now. HP, 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 attack speed, water breathing. You can do right away to get rid of radiation. Special at this point would put my perception at a 4, being modified, lower, my endurance at an 8 being modified lower, my charisma at a 9 being modified higher, but my intelligence and agility both at 8s being modified lower. And it has therefore affected all the stats, because I was at 100 for science and lockpick, and now I'm at 94 for lockpick and 96. And speech is the only thing that is being pushed forward. So, what we would want to do, and we hope there's a fixer here. Nope, we don't have any fixer in our inventory. The good news is most of these things are going to wear off very quickly. So we can just go this way. More things will wear off as we fast travel. This highlights a weirdness as far as just... Here's Victor, still here. He's just not everywhere, it seems. Yeah. It's funny that you would get a visual effect that is effectively so close to a good thing in night vision as a punishment for being overburdened. See, there's just an assumption here that once you reach a place, everything is going to have worn off at that point. I know that there's some nightkin somewhere around here, because I can see him on the radar. I am concussed now. This is the one thing that makes using the... Let's see. Let's talk to Neil.
There's nothing here for you, human. Though it is always good to see.
So you only get one lock here, and you kind of need to quickly blow them up. Yep. And I think this very much highlights the problems with thinking along the lines of using this kind of explosive grenade, is that you're going to constantly run into issues. So then we take all of this and then we're over encumbered again, and we still really wouldn't be able to do anything. That's alright, we can hand half of it over to Eddie, or hand half of it over to Raul.
Oh, it's you. You need something repaired or something? Anything's better than staying here. Let's go.
Okay. So Raul's side quest is really easy. You just talk to him.
If we run, we might still catch Benny. Well, you might. I'll just be wheezing along behind you.
Let's see. Tell me about yourself. Is, I guess, what we're going with.
Sure, boss. What do you want to know?
How can I best make skills?
I'm not much use besides being a portable encyclopedia, really. I guess you could use me as a packed Brahmin, but my knees aren't so good anymore.
Let's ask. I don't believe that. You must have some skills.
That's nice of you to say, boss. But I'm an old man. Not much use to anybody anymore. Time was. I was a pretty good shot with a pistol. I guess I'm still half decent. These old bones aren't much use in hand-to-hand fighting, though. I can also do maintenance work on your stuff. I don't have the supplies for a real repair job, but I can keep your gear working longer.
Let's continue down the conversation here.
Yeah, maybe you can.
This is basically the only old person in the whole game.
Because I've never met one.
Introduce him to an old person.
I'm an open book. Anything you say, boss. You really enjoy dragging me into situations where I get shot at, don't you, boss?
Let's see.
Sure, I'll just pull it. Talk to me at my shack. I've at least got tools here.
Talk to him at his shack.
I expect to be awed by your dizzying mercantile sense, boss.
So the question here is, can he carry any of this power armor?
Don't worry about it.
The answer to that is no. Raoul cannot carry any more, putting glasses on him and power armor.
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable, boss.
Let's see. Let's give him a pistol. See if we can hand him.
Hey, don't worry about it, boss. Hey, don't worry about it, boss. The decrepit old...
Alright. He's there. I guess the question now becomes, hey, it's not like we have anything new. Convert rockets to missile, I guess. Now, if we walk out of here, will he say anything new?
Over-elaborate mob schemes to take over Vegas. Reminds me of the days before the war. Questions, boss? You mean you don't know everything there is to know already?
So let's just ask him questions, I guess.
Just how old do you think I am, boss? Because I can pretty much guarantee I'm older than that. Let me tell you a story from before the Great War. Everybody knew Robert House. He was a genius, a superstar. Founded Robco at 22. Dated Hollywood starlets, the works. They say he saved Las Vegas. I was in Mexico City when the bombs dropped. Even from there, we could see House's defensive rockets shooting down the incoming missiles. Everybody assumed he died in the war. Maybe he did. But his robots are still out there roaming the waste. And now, a Mr. House rules New Vegas. I remember there were some weird stories about him, especially near the end. There was a tell-all in El Periódico de las Arboridas.
Trying to figure out if Mexico City was bombed.
She said they never, don't make me spell it out, boss. Anyway, she said all he wanted to do was scan her brain and make her dress up in different outfits.
Let's see.
Maybe not. Maybe the new guy is just a clever raider chief with knowledge of history. Maybe he just left instructions for his robots to carry out in his name. Or maybe Robert House uploaded his brain pattern into a computer and rules to this day a godless, soulless machine god. Maybe the whole thing's a crazy coincidence. Who knows? You're a veritable geyser of curiosity, boss. Benny, huh? Sorry, boss. Just ring a bell. And again, my brain isn't as sharp as it used to be. You're a veritable... All right, I suppose.
So we're gonna ask all these questions.
You know their first town was nearly wiped out by raiders. Anyway, they got their good points and their bad. Just like a lot of the old governments from before the war. You're a very...
Here's a great example of things that modern games need to address is if you are going to potentially go through an entire dialogue tree, you shouldn't have to click on options that are going to have the NPC repeat the same line of dialogue over and over again.
I don't really have a problem with it. People around here tend to see them as invading marauders planning to burn and pillage the countryside. But I've been to Arizona, boss. Before the Legion, it was a nasty place. So thick with raiders, you couldn't trade with a town 2 miles up the road. Caesar's laws aren't nice, and their actions aren't always pretty. But then neither am I. But you keep me around. You're a veritable geyser of curiosity, boss. It's big, it's bright, and it's one of the biggest cities still left from before the war. Well, mostly anyway. Used to be just a curiosity. The buildings were pre-war. But it's just as full of raiders and barbarian tribes as any place else. Then Mr. House took over. Got the power turned back on. And got the tribes reformed into something civilized. And now they run his casinos for it.
You know, what I'd really like to see, and this would be fairly imaginative, is a demo of Bethesda games where you create a custom companion and you talk to them and you get the backstory of what the game is and it gets you hyped for what the game is. Then that demo just converts your companion save file to the main game, and then the main game is just all running and gunning, and you would have already had established
Questions, boss?
a relationship with them.
Anything to hold your attention, boss. Sure, I'll just pull a tool. Talk to me at my shack. I've at least got tools there.
See, he says talk to him in his shack. I have no idea where his shack is. I do see, however, that there is a hollowed out triangle this way, so let's just go run that way. I also should probably mention that generally in this direction is a centaur pit with a centaur named Mo that I'm fairly certain we have already killed once, and he has respawned as perhaps an important character. Was my thought that you couldn't really get up here. And certainly I might be able to cheat my way up here, but I don't think that's the intended path. So yeah, with that being established that way, I suspect if we are going to reach this on this side, it might be easier just to travel to Helios 1. And then walk back in that direction. I know that there's some quests still here, but I don't know how many there are. And it definitely doesn't feel like you can just create quests out of nothing. So if you have a companion that you need to have a quest experience with,
Get him,
it
boss.
seems.
I mean, if that fits with your schedule.
Yeah, and I don't know if the companion loyalty points that are internal, not really labeled, are based on XP at all, or if it is based on finishing actual quest markers.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Let him shoot some things. Visually, I don't see anything here. So it's probably a cave or an alcove. We can turn on the flashlight. Even here, just being slightly in the shadow, the flashlight proves to be somewhat useful. Black Rock Cave. Now here's a question. Does it make any sense to use a grenade launcher in a cave? I don't think it does. I took this tri-beam laser rifle and set a bulk. Let's see if we can make some progress. We now know we're fighting Nightkin. In a cave. Immediately over encumbered again. Coyotes. Dead bodies. I'm wondering if I could give him like a wrench
Don't worry, boss.
as an item.
You only sort of look like a bad guy.
Seems like this companion is very talkative. I suppose you might have picked him up early. Is that it? It feels like that is the entirety of this cave. Really just pathetically small. I definitely wonder. Oh, beer's just wearing off now. Yeah, I definitely wonder if maybe there is a lot of these locations that you would be guided to just because of the radio. I have a heavy incinerator and an incinerator. Heavy incinerator is better than an incinerator, so we'll go ahead and change that. I'm still 50 short as far as my outfit here. That's extremely wasteful, I'm sure. For a 50 value thing, I just wasted probably several thousand caps. Theoretically. I mean, you still have to find somebody capable of paying you for those caps. And that is still a big question. He is full. His inventory is full. My inventory is full. I've got to get rid of something. Then we have to fast travel back to Lucky 38. Let's check our stats for a second though. No effects are affecting us right now. I could use some rat away. So if it was a case that my stats were
I can't
low.
believe we're allowed inside the Lucky 38. Question.
Okay. What to do, what to do. If I was just overburdened by a little, it wouldn't really be a big problem, but I think I'm overburdened by quite a lot. 6 pounds. Can we lose 6 pounds? Yeah, I think we can. We can drop dog meat. Let's see if anything else has any weight on it. Thought I might have some sunset sarsaparillas or something. Worst case scenario, I could drop 4 auto injectors of stim packs. But before we do that, let's just make sure we don't have something else. Even caravan deck cost weight. I should probably get rid of that for as little as I'm going to actually play caravan. Nothing is taking weight here. Except for lead. There we go. So what does lead even look like? Baseball. Roll stuck in the wall. And lead looks like scrap metal. Okay. Back to I guess the strip. Yeah, we gotta go back to the strip. There's really no other choice. As far as I can tell, it'd just be blatant guessing as far as if I needed to take Raoul to another location. And see, this is strange. This one...
Thanks again for helping with Mr. House's data network. Come see me at the old Mormon fort if you get a chance.
Yeah, she says she's going to the old Mormon fort, but she never really goes there. Okay.
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable, boss.
Okay. So I'm fairly unsure as far as just what I'm supposed to do here now. Like the Bright Brotherhood robe, the Elder's robe, the Scribe robe, 1 perfect 51 power armor. Throw that in there. 1 perfect recon armor. 1 T45D power armor. And 1 T45 power helmet. And T51 power helmet. Then we would want to see, are there any redundancies? Honestly, I think at this point I would never really play with the power armor that much that I would need multiple versions of it. So, but I also can't carry around the power armor, so there really needs to be a merchant. And I guess this is where having a settlement in Fallout 4 makes a lot more sense, where you would grow your city, and when you fast travel to a city you would have a relatively small location where you would hope you could sell items. And I think in Fallout 4 you also make a real effort to give any extra items to your settlement to grow it. Any extra caps or things that would have value. Yeah, now that I have the jerry-rigging ability, 1 piece of power armor actually wouldn't be that expensive. But I don't know how to pull this off. Yeah. I have several items here worth about 5,000. Without a salesman, I could take these items and I can slowly walk on it over encumbered to this terminal, and I can try and sell it. But if I sell that, then I'm going to have to take a gun back. So the trade-offs then are to buy guns back. And I don't think I really have any miscellaneous items. I could buy food and eat food. All of these empty syringes I think are actually valuable now. And leather belts actually are valuable now. Metal cooking pot, metal cooking pot, metal spoons, pilot light, maybe pressure cooker, scrap metal, tin cans, white plates. Maybe. I think we need dinner plates though, not white plates. Duct tape. So we need roughly 1,000 if we're going to sell something. Okay. Still a lot of
What's up?
stuff here. So the hope now would be that we could create something more. And it doesn't seem like we really have the right items to do that. Like a conductor or a cherry bomb would really be only things. So theoretically, these items can craft something. Realistically, they are wasting your inventory. I'm definitely not right about every single one of these items. A big issue here is I don't have multiple copies of most of these items because I haven't stupidly been picking up all of this. And that does make an interesting argument that maybe, just maybe, the game wants us to
I expect to be awed by
run
your
around
dizzy
the whole
mercantile
world.
sense, boss.
Let's see. So I'm gonna give this guy a wrench. Then I'm gonna talk to him and see if he can
Angry
repair.
soldier robots with bazookas. I'm sure. Sure, I'll just pull a toolbox. Talk to me at my
So we've got to send him back to his shack, I guess. And have him repair things. But before we do that, I didn't know any of the characters would actually sleep in the bed. We'll take each of these guns and we'll see what we can use. It's definitely way too much menu hero. Named guns starting at the bottom this time. Probably don't have anything that can be modded. So what we're looking for is things that can be maintained. Don't need 2 straight razors. Hmm. Okay. 9mm pistol, 10mm, 9mm submachine gun, 9mm submachine gun. Pushy. Really, you need to have multiple the better move here would be to have multiple sub-menus around all of this. Yeah. See, I don't think having a plasma pistol and a plasma pistol gun runners makes a big difference there. I think it is better just to have the gun runners. I don't want to get rid of shovels since they seem to be fairly rare. These are rifle, katanas, heavy incinerator, combined, 2 gauze rifles, bumper sword, binoculars. A lot of these named weapons seem to only work on other named weapons. That's a interesting twist. Right. So what I would need to drop off here are useless weapons that aren't going to do much damage. And we'll continue to just use them as well, you know, what I should do is drop off useless weapons that are named weapons over here. This prototype, for instance, not doing enough damage. A BB gun's not going to do enough damage. This can stay. Do we have binoculars already? As a item. Yeah. We'll go ahead and put the kettle prod away. I think the dinner bell goes away. I think the golden gloves go away. I think the katana has to go away, even though it's modded. Nah, we'll keep that. Laser pistol, even modded, is pretty useless. Liberator can go away. Love and hate can go away. This MF Hyperbreeder Alpha. We'll keep the machete. Probably already have a machete. Yep. Maria can go. The Vault Driver can go. Panacea has to go. Paladin Toaster has to go. And I guess if things are weak, but they're gun runners, we'll keep them in this inventory. It really is just not enough. Not enough sorting. Do we have a shovel? Nope. We only have one shovel. Effectively, we know the gun is... the game is broken. It's just not enough damage being done by a significant number of the named weapons. Anti-material rifle might be a sniper gun. We should try that, but I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm not going to hold on to extra frag grenades. If I'm going to keep a gauze rifle, I need only one. I'm not going to hold on to a heavy incinerator. Don't think we're going to use the katana at the moment. Laser pistol recycler. Yeah. Definitely feels like if you are going to go down the range of energy weapons, I would have to severely increase my skill on energy weapons, because I think that's what's going wrong here, why I'm not doing enough damage. And we'll get rid of that one too. And that one. I think that is kind of a large amount of weapons to still have. There is room for more checks. If I equip this, do I really have no ammo that will use that kind of gun? Okay. So I guess I need to experiment here.
Oh, good. Now there's...
Let's see.
Good call. I mean, if that's what you really want. You're decisive. Good. That's why you're the boss. You always make the right decisions. I'll just head home. Home to my lonely abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. So can we find his shack? Now. That's the question. It's either where we found him originally, or some location we found before and have long since forgotten about. Harper's shack. His name wasn't Harper, was it? Well, first thing to do, I guess, would be head back to Black Mountain. We'll see if he is there. This does give me an excuse to grind some XP. And the game's gonna crash. Okay. There are several shacks, yes, in the game. But the named shacks so far haven't really connected to any named character. Like, I don't think there is a character named Harper that I've met. And I still don't think I can think of anybody who's really old. I guess maybe I could have taken him to the elder at the Brotherhood of Steel if we hadn't killed him. Try that again. Let's go ahead and we'll swap our guns back to Mercy. Mercy is the right move with this group. Definitely could use some radiation removal at some point. Although I'm not really in a major danger. And we've already used 100 stems, so whatever the challenge was around using 100 stem packs. Wasn't expecting to get flanked by him. You know, using this kind of gun also, I imagine, gives you a high chance of critical strikes or cripples. So early in the game, you might be very better off using grenade guns, grenade launchers. Of course, early in the game you're not likely to have grenade guns or grenade launchers. But in theory it makes sense. I thought you could cook on the fire at nighttime. This is labeled as a prison building. This is where we've found every other person in every other case. When we dismissed somebody, they were prisoners. I mean, they weren't prisoners, they were in the location where we found them. So, let's see, Clarksfield. Places that would have been labeled as shacks. We'll start with Harper's shack. We'll go in here and see if we find Harper or anybody. We could break down a whole bunch of bullets, but I don't really care to waste the time on that. We can craft absolutely nothing. And then I think we could take everything that was here, so we probably found pretty much everything, although I did just find a sunset sarsaparilla. We're still trying to get that last sunset sarsaparilla blue star cap. Metal armor, metal helmet. Okay. And a Braxo cleaner and fission batteries. All could be valuable. Are they valuable though? This shouldn't take too long though to... Yeah, I'm not really taking any damage at all. What we have is sledgehammers, combined sledgehammers, and that'll save us some space. I don't know what else I may have picked up. Okay, so it's not Harper's shack, which we kind of knew. Scorpion Gulch. This is DLC, an abandoned Brotherhood of Steel bunker. Eldorado Tri-Link. I don't think he's in Good Springs. I think he might be far to the left here. This follower's safe house, Griffinware sacked caravan, or its farmstead. Cap counterfeiting shack. We never really did anything with that. Bitter Springs, Bloodborne Cave. Here we go, Raoul Shack. It is a place we found. Just have to look everywhere. Okay. Let's talk to Raoul.
Oh, it's you. You need something repaired or something?
Yeah.
You got the cat?
So I could spend 20,000 to repair. Everything. Should I? For any of these other items though? No. And he has a repair skill of 100, which means he is going to repair everything to the maximum. I imagine I've just looted this whole place. Empty sunset sarsaparilla bottles. Hammer. Tin plate. Flour. Guns and bullets. Is that a book or is that a magazine? It's probably a magazine. Nope, it is straight up a book.
Oh, it's... Anything's better than staying here.
Okay. Malnourished Brahmin calf. So inherently I'm overburdened again, and we don't have really any other quests. Almost feel like I thought I might have thought of a quest, but I don't think so. There are definitely some places that feel like we haven't seen everything there is to see. Vault 34 is an example of that. I could just take every companion on a world tour, hoping that that would move the quest forward, but I don't think it will. So it may be that some of these companion quests are going to get pushed forward just by doing the main story. It may be that some of the companion quests get skipped completely. You're not going to miss out on much. It is weird that there isn't a single companion that can cook. That does seem weird. And only Eddie can let you use the reloading station. And I still have about 20,000 caps, and the only thing I really could do with it is maybe run around to every single caravan and try and, yeah, I don't even know what I would try to do. We could try and use this stealth boy in the next quest we're gonna do. Go ahead and get rid of Mercy, just because we don't have enough bullets for it. So I would be leaning very heavily on this 9mm machine gun. Let's make sure we have enough bullets for that. And it definitely is a case it's just like, if you want to, you can waste a lot of time avoiding actually moving forward. Yeah, I don't have enough bullets for that one gun. And so unless I was willing to stick to this gun, which I guess I am, that's probably it. I really don't have enough for the 50mm anti-material rifle. And I may have accidentally converted everything to missiles when I needed rockets. I think I did. Boy, is that a big gun. Well, it gets me to 110. Hmm. 73. That still does beg a real question as far as just what other items am I holding on to that so much of my inventory is being taken up. I imagine a big part of it is just heavy amounts of armor and equipment that I'm using. I definitely do think we are at a point where the perk
I expect to be awed by your dizzying mercantile sense, boss.
So now he has a hammer and a wrench. See if he can.
Cons didn't seem so bad to me. But what do I know? I was locked up in a cell by a... Sure, I'll talk.
So giving him tools doesn't seem like that really
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable, boss.
does anything. And Eddie has like 3 pounds of something, but I don't know what it is. And then, like, I don't think I have Radaway or anything like that. If I did, I probably sold it over here. Nope, no Radaway. Now, why would I have sold it? It wouldn't have taken any weight. So I just don't have any Radaway to get rid of my radiation. Well, I've been concerned in the past 2 episodes, so almost 4 hours of experience there, maybe closer to 3.5 hours, that I was going to start this next quest mid conversation. And yeah, I don't think that's what I want to do. Alright, so I'm gonna tell this guy
You often go toe to
to
good.
go to Lucky
As long as you're
13,
not asking me to go back to...
and then I'm going to take the other guy, not Boone, but the... where is he? The doctor. We'll take him with us as we attack and kill Mr. House, if we can find him. He's somewhere in this very small area, and yet still an issue. I feel like in Fallout 3 one of these machines would have refilled every few hours or a few minutes of gameplay. Doesn't seem like that happens in this case. Okay, so you're glitched.
What's up? There's something about that. I'm just. Well. See?
Yeah, as far as quest-wise go, the Republic wants to remove Mr. House as a threat. This wants us to turn in a quest to Mr. House, so obviously we do that first. And then this is kill or disable Mr. House, so maybe there is a way to disable Mr. House. And then maybe it is a few more quests before we have to decide with Yes Man. The Legend of the Star is the only other side quest, and that would heavily focus around getting the last blue bottle caps, which don't think we have 50. We still missing 3. Still have some weird miscellaneous stuff. So yeah. Next episode we gamble it all and see if we get new quests or if we are just going to immediately disable Mr. House. It's very possible he's going to give us more quests. It's very possible he's going to have us go kill yet another group. We shall see. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, and keep on watching. Thanks.